Therefore, he can only keep this worry in his heart, and at the same time secretly, if Nanako is not seriously injured, he will stop interfering and let her return to Japan directly. But if Nanako is seriously injured, then he can't ignore it and save her more or less once, and he can't turn her into a waste like her master Yamamoto Kazuki. Meanwhile, in the lounge on the other side, Nanako looked a little nervous. Her assistant, Koichi Tanaka, placed 2 mobile phones in front of her, both of which were on video calls. One is a video with Kazuki Yamamoto lying in the hospital. The other is a video with her father, Ito Takehiko, who is far away in Japan. Yamamoto Kazuki said with a serious face, "Nanako, it's too late to quit. You'd better not play against that Aushue. In case of serious injury, your life will be ruined." Nanako said seriously, "Master, please don't say anything like this. I will be on stage in 10 minutes. Please say some words of encouragement, or give me some tactics." Yamamoto Kazuki sighed, "Hey! You, why don't you listen to me?" Takehiko Ito on another mobile phone was also nervous and said, "Nanako. Mr. Yamamoto is your mentor, why don't you listen to his advice and insist on playing this game? You are the father's favorite child. Dad would rather want you to do nothing in your life rather than wanting you to be hurt." Nanako's eyes reddened, and she said, "Father, you saw me grow up, and you know my character best. If I retreat in this game today, I will not be able to let it go for the rest of my life. I am only 22 years old this year. Would you like me to regret it for the rest of my life?" Takehiko Ito couldn't help but choked up and said, "Nanako, you always call your father an adult. Today, I want to hear you call me Oda-san like a child of ordinary people." Nanako stood up immediately, bowed deeply to the mobile video, and said respectfully, "Adushan. Oda-san, that means father in Japanese." After listening to Nanako's Oda-san, Ito Takehiko sighed softly and said, "Nanako, go, Dad respect you, chase your own clear conscience, Dad is waiting for you in Tokyo." Nanako smiled sweetly, and said, "Oda-san, if I get seriously injured this time, I don't want to go back to Tokyo. I want to go to Kyoto for training. I prefer the environment of Kyoto. Tokyo is the capital of Japan and a cosmopolitan city, with tall buildings, busy traffic and full of modernity. Kyoto, on the other hand, is the ancient capital of Japan. There are a large number of historical sites dating back hundreds or even thousands of years, and they are fairly well preserved, with a less modern atmosphere, a quiet environment and a pleasant climate. When she was young, Nanako grew up in the old house of the Ito family in Kyoto. When she was 14, she moved to Tokyo with her family. But in her heart, Kyoto is the only hometown in her memory. Young people like to chase fashion. When it comes to the degree of fashion, compared with China, Japan is definitely much better. It can even be said that the degree of fashion in Japan is higher than that in China. That's why there will be Hari Tide, and girls will have Japanese hairstyles, Japanese manicures, and Japanese makeup. It can be said that Japanese girls are very fashionable overall, and they prefer a fashionable metropolis like Tokyo. But Nanako is an exception. She has always disliked fashionable things. On the contrary, she has always liked the more classical culture. For example, she likes to study tea art, ancient history, ancient poetry, and even ancient architecture and clothing. Therefore, the city of Kyoto has always perfectly matched her temperament. She also knows that today's game of hers can be said to be very bad luck. Although she is unlikely to lose her life, she is afraid that she will not be able to escape the fate of being seriously injured. Therefore, she hopes to return to Kyoto to live and recuperate after being injured. When Takehiko Ito heard her words, he blurted out his face with affection and without hesitation, "No problem. I'll let someone clean up the mansion in Kyoto." "Great." Nanako was overjoyed and said excitedly, "I have always wanted to go back to Kyoto to live for a while, but I have never had a chance. This time I can do it." After that, she said again, "By the way, Oda-san, I have to trouble you to say hello to my school." "Okay." Ito nodded again and again. "Leave these to me, don't worry about anything, go and participate in the competition with no distractions." Nanako bowed again. 9:20. The organizer informs the players to debut. The finals really received too much attention. National TV stations are broadcasting live, and countless video websites are also broadcasting live on the internet. Therefore, Charlie did not accompany Aoshui on the stage again, but left backstage early and sat down alone on the seat with the back of the camera at the game scene. He believed that Aoshui no longer needed his guidance, so she just has to watch her game silently. Quickly. Aoshui and Nanako entered the arena from the entrances on both sides of the ring. Both girls are stunning, so when they appeared on the stage, they aroused huge cheers. As soon as the two of them appeared on the stage, they attracted everyone's attention, but their own gazes began to look for the same person in the audience. That figure is Charlie. Charlie is now Aoshui's spiritual pillar. She knew very well that without Charlie's help, she would never have been able to get to the present. As for Nanako, Charlie is now full of heart. The reason why she played this game that she knew she would lose and even suffered serious injuries was large because she didn't want Charlie to look down upon her. When both of them saw Charlie, their eyes converged towards him at the same time. Aoshui did not conceal the admiration and love on her face, but Nanako's eyes were full of tenderness. In the ring, the referee took the two girls to the center of the ring and explained the rules of the game to the two.